Hey, what is up guys? It's Jerry here from Uncle Jerry the 50 Productions. I only get C2000 channel. Today we have a special video because we are unboxing the NES Classic. Oh, I feel like I already did this video a year ago. Go check it out. Up there in the little iCard. It's right there. Today we are going to be unboxing the SNES Classic Edition because Nintendo loves to take our money and then let us buy it off of third-party scalpers and pay double because they want the revenue profits of selling out. So as you can see here, the packaging is almost identical. On the top, you have the NES controller from the original. And likewise, keeping to that same fashion, now we have the SNES controller. So they look almost identical, just the different controller with the words Classics. Maybe next year we'll get a Nintendo 64 Classic Edition and sell out of those immediately as well. On the SNES, you have 30 Classics and some of the games, or top games, that they wanted you to see, like Donkey Kong and Super Mario Bros. In the SNES Classic, we don't get a definitive number on the front of the box, but we do have the never before released Star Fox 2 game, so they definitely want to advertise that, right? Also, you can see you get two controllers on the front of the box here because there are two in the system. That's why it costs $10 more than the original that only came with the one foot long controller in 2016. On the side, you see very similar. You have the two different controllers. We have a kind of midnight blue on the NES and just a dark black for the SNES. Again, same deal on the back of the packaging. You have all of the games that they want you to see. Again, 30 Classics games on the original NES packaging, but no definitive numerical value to be seen on the back of the package of the SNES. Also, one little thing that no one would care about, but I kind of find interesting, is we see the age rating go up between the two. This one was E10 and this one happens to be teen, for T for teen. So and then again, same thing, the consoles. You can see the different consoles on the back. These had two different Mario characters, or I think that is Zelda actually in Mario. But there's no really main characters on the SNES. That's interesting. But anyway, enough with this. Let's go ahead and open the package. Okay, so the first thing we see when we open this up is a Nintendo poster, just like the original came with. Let's see what this one has inside. And here's the poster that it comes with. Sorry for that reflectivity. But it's interesting that this advertises all the different games that the SNES comes with, like Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Mario Kart, all the Super Star Fox, F-Zero, and The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. As the original NES poster, if I remember correctly, came with a poster of Duck Hunt, which the NES couldn't even play, which was the giant slap to the face Nintendo. So thank you for not misadvertising on this poster. It definitely looks cool. Diving deeper into the box, everything is very neatly folded. We have the power brick here. That looks like it's no more than 20 watts at the max. I doubt this thing needs a lot of power. Still using USB-A, yeah. Curious about that if they made the switch. I doubted that though. So on the rest of the box you have your power cable. Looks like it's micro USB. The HDMI cable, which is nice that they included one, and then the two Super NES controllers. Now, credit where credit is due. I will say that I do like this improvement on the NES where you do have two instead of just the one. I had to buy a third-party one, and then Nintendo really make the money off of that because it's third-party. Also, I had to buy adapters for both of them because the cable is just too short. It does look like this cable is a lot longer The controller in the hand does feel really nice. The L1 and R1 buttons feel very comfortable to the hand. It's right where your index finger would rest. The D-pad, it's about the same as last year, so I would still like it to be a little more tactile and clicky. The select and start buttons feel really good, and the Y, X, and A, B buttons feel, again, could be a little more clicky and tactile, but they are what they are. It is only an $80 console that you'll probably pay $150 for if you don't get one in the store, which you're probably not going to. I'm still very extremely salty about that. But yeah, overall it's a really nice controller. These feel great though. I don't understand why they couldn't bring the same level of clickiness over. But again, you have those classic light purple and dark purple colors. It feels and looks like a pretty nice console. Finally, we have the SNES. You have a physical, I think it's physical, maybe not, power button and reset button. I believe they are physical though. They're just not too clicky at the moment. Maybe that'll change when it powers on, I hope. The eject button, which is not actually a physical reject button, that is just for design. The two controllers plug into the front again. I would have liked to see a change from the original and make them plug in the back just for cleanness sake, but in the back all we do have is the HDMI and the power, and there wouldn't really be enough room for the connectors at the bottom. But yeah, again, here's my hand, here's the console. I do have large palms but small fingers, so that kind of gives you a reference point of how tiny this really is. Again, it never ceases to amaze me how tiny they get these things. But that's pretty much it for this review. I hope you enjoyed. This has definitely been fun to unbox these. Let me know if you like them. Again, if you want to watch that NES Classic Edition unboxing, I highly guarantee that. Maybe my work was better in that video, I don't know. Maybe my work was better in this. Maybe I'm evolving to like Nintendo. Let's see if we have a Nintendo 64 Classic next year. Be interested to see that. I'm not the biggest fan of this lineup, as you know, there are some third-party physical retail boxes of these games that do have more emulations than these do, that are actually made by Nintendo. These are, and then other ones aren't, and they have more variety of games. Also, you can, download the games for free, obviously for emulation purposes, but it would have been just nice if Nintendo had more retail stock like they did last year. I think this year really shows that they didn't really care about their customers, and they were really going for the big headlines of Nintendo sells out, because let's be honest, since the Switch, we haven't really had that big of a success in the Nintendo market. But I feel like that's changing with the Switch, so we'll see what happens next year. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace out.